The money.
The money. Yeah. So take
Lots of money. So take lots of money. Entrepreneur spirit, but just in case he doesn't have that, more money.
Welcome to another episode of Spill the Juice. Myself and Greg were joined here by David Singleton, partner at Socius Group, and Ziad Kamal, founder from Cloud Restaurants. Today we're going to be talking about franchising for the future. So David can kick us off. Not necessarily everybody knows what franchising is and how the model works, so could you give us a bit of an overview of how it looks?
Sure. I mean, franchising is a mystery to many people, isn't it? And essentially, in short, it's a shortcut to growth. And if you have something that is a unique product that people can't imitate easily, then that's what you're going to go to market with to franchise. And as an owner of the brand, it's you grow very, very efficiently through other people, through their their investment, really, their capex, their financial power, and their entrepreneurship as well.
And it's something that tends to, or has historically been, a little bit more around bricks and mortar operations. So Ziad, the growth we've seen, particularly in the last 12 to 18 months of cloud kitchens and dark kitchens, virtual brands, how does your model differ from what it would have been previously, and how do you operate with cloud restaurants?
For a digital-only restaurant, franchising is in the plans. It is in the works. However, it takes a slightly different approach. It still is franchising. We call it digital franchising. I think this is the way of the future. We are online restaurants, and so we are now innovating the way franchising is done. We are trying to develop a digital franchising system where all the knowledge transfer, or the vast majority of the knowledge transfer, can be done using technology and the digital means. So it's very much marrying the classic franchising system and strategies, but adapting it and innovating it for the online world, and specifically for delivery-only restaurants that operate within cloud kitchen infrastructures that are growing all around the world.
Because it's quite interesting, because you went from bricks and mortar and JLT with Kuklai, and then I think we spoke to you the other week, and it was a number of years ago that you kind of to see this shift and this movement. Just go into a bit more detail about sort of why you made that shift. What did you see that maybe others are only really seeing now?
I think the barriers to entry for franchising in bricks and mortar are a lot higher than the barriers of entry for franchising a delivery-only brand. First of all, there's the capital expenditure requirements to fit out a network of brick and mortar restaurants. When you have a cloud kitchen, you effectively can have the same infrastructure and the same cost structure, run multiple brands under the same roof, under the same investment. This de-risks the whole investment and gives the business a bigger chance of survival because of the multiple revenue streams. So if one brand isn't performing well, you just switch it off. You develop a brand based on the intel you've collected. For a bricks and mortar location, if it doesn't work out, you effectively lost several million, dollars, pounds, dirhams into that building, because it's not as easy to change a concept that is bricks and mortar as it is to change a concept that is online.
David, what do you think about virtual brands? Because obviously, you know, your background is with some mega global brands that or wouldn't be able to shift like that. You know, we look at Hard Rock Cafe as an example. It's a go-to. You go to a major city around the world, there's one there, you go to it, and the experience, people go there because they know what they're going to expect,
Correct.
right? And it is more difficult to change that kind of customer experience, unlike in a virtual restaurant where you can change it overnight. What are your thoughts on where the industry's going?
I think the difference here is the acquisition of data, isn't it? You know, in a brick and mortar, traditionally in brick and mortar, we don't have the access to all this data. You know, I arrive at a restaurant, I might collect a date of birth or a phone number or an email address or something like that. Now, through technology, you've got an ability, exactly as you were saying, and as an entrepreneur, I might think in a set area, pizzas are going to work. So I create a beautiful pizza, thick crust, blah, 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 And then through the data you collect, you can then find out, thick dough doesn't travel well. It arrives cold, it's soggy. I can flip to thin crust immediately, all right? Or I might find pizza doesn't work, but through my online reviews and my reputational management tools, I might find hot dogs are cool, they're in. I just turn one off and turn it on again, which is exactly what you were saying. You look at this last 14, 15 months, it's survival. We're in intensive care. What we're doing, and we have to.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, on data, I feel that maybe a little too much importance is placed on customer data, because a lot of these aggregators also are limited to how they can use that data due to data protection acts, right? I think what's more important than having customer data is having brand equity.
Yeah.
That is way more valuable than having customer data. If I had your phone number and your email address, and my food was, it doesn't matter how many times I message you or email you or bug you, you're not going to order from my restaurant again, online or step inside.
You're absolutely right. I can have all the data in the world, but if I'm not number one, I'm not earning. That's my focus. And I focus on my reputation in the market, my brand equity.
And it's not just the data, it's how you analyze it that's probably even more important, and what you make of it. Because we have data overload, right?
Totally.
Like you were saying, a lot in the past year, our industry has changed more than it has in the past 300 years.
Correct.
Right? With online and aggregate. I think restaurants were the last frontier to make it to the internet. It's retail and shopping and all other services were conquered by online. Restaurants, it's their turn now, right?
Yeah. I mean, food, eating out, drinking out is a social, physical, emotional need. And we could go on with all the alls, couldn't we? But we've got to eat. But make me feel good. When that and now we got to think about this customer journey. It isn't just at our restaurant front door that you're used to in your restaurant. It's that delivery guy that's going to knock on our apartment door, and what's that experience all about? Taking the bag out the bag. Is there a cute message on there? Is my pizza still hot? Have I still got the froth in my coffee? And we've got to be so obsessed with that detail, even more obsessed with that than we were in our restaurant, because you could recover it, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can't recover a bad delivery like you can recover a bad service, right?
Yeah.
You put a bad dish down in front of a customer, they look up, that's not what I ordered.
Yeah.
Very sorry, I'll make it right to you.
Yeah.
Here's a drink while you wait.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Correct.
With delivery, it's over. You get a nasty review, anonymous, because the data is protected.
Yeah.
1 star. I will never order from this place again. Why should they? They have 1,400 other places. They're not emotionally connected. There is no human contact, and that's what we're trying to solve.
And conceptually, it's the same in franchising. If I am able to advise a brand and brand match someone, brand with or franchise with franchisee.
Yeah.
This is a long-term relationship, all right? And that me as a franchisee, I got to make sure you are so happy as a franchise. I got to make sure you earn so much money. What am I going to do? I'm going to tell everyone in my community, wherever that community is, a wealthy, happy franchisee is your best advert.
What makes a good franchise partner? What are if there was top 3 things that you were looking for in a good franchise partner, what would it be?
Entrepreneurial spirit. Take aside
The money.
So take
Lots of money. Entrepreneur spirit, but just in case he doesn't have that more money to cover for the gaps.
Relationship. This guy has got to really get the brand.
Yeah.
Really get it. Really understand it and understand the why.